Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco.
I'm Chris.
And today we have some Godzillas to open.
Godzilla.
So everyone seems to have Godzilla fever right now.
Including us.
Yeah, we can't keep any Godzilla figures in at the shop. They've been selling really well. Minus One was just a fantastic movie that I do not believe enough people saw. And then a lot of people are hyped up for the Godzilla Kong stuff for some reason as well. But that being said, we got ourselves some Super 7s today, which is a weird thing for us to say.
Because we usually don't like Super 7s.
We're not big fans of Super 7. However, we picked up our first one a little while back. We picked up the Dragon Zord, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it. He had a good weight to him, and
we liked that one a lot.
Heft.
And I've been wanting to get into some Godzilla figures. Didn't exactly know where I wanted to start. And well, that's the thing. I didn't want to get a bunch of different types of Godzilla figures. I wanted to try to be fairly uniform. And what I was trying to do was find a minus one Godzilla, because again, that movie was just insane. And I found one that's not coming out until September. But there's a Super 7 that looks really solid, and then that got me looking into other Super 7s.
And they all look pretty solid.
Yeah, and again, anything we get at the shop that's Godzilla has been selling pretty well. So then I convinced our boss to get some more Godzillas. So we picked up some as well as getting some for the shop. So we got the 91 Godzilla, the
91 Mechagodzilla.
Oh, sorry, yeah. We do have the 91. I meant to ask him about that.
Technically, it's the 93.
Yeah, my bad. So there is a 91 Godzilla coming. I think I need to make sure that's on its way. I don't know why it didn't come with the rest of them.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah, it is some, but I also need to make sure you order that because I really want that one. It's a great looking Godzilla. Anyway, so we got the 93 Mechagodzilla, the 95 Burning Godzilla, and this is, I don't remember the year. We're going to start with it though. This is like a reproduction of the original Godzilla figure. Now granted, the original Godzilla was whatever, 20 inches tall or 18 inches or something.
Yeah.
It was pretty big. But this is a reproduction. And that's kind of another big reason why I was like, alright, we got to go Super 7. So let's go ahead and move these two out of the way.
I hope we get Heisei era Ghidorah at some point.
I need to look and see what if they have more stuff coming up. So with Super 7, they always have this stupid sleeve thing on it that I really don't care for.
Yeah, because you just can't see the figure when it's sitting on a shelf. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Oreo. You're not the center of attention you want to be?
But here he is.
Mwah.
There's the classic figure with launching hand and
I'm replacing you with a Godzilla.
whatever his tail, or not tail, whatever his
Pickle
tongue
tail.
does. No. I'm not entirely sure. I think it just kind of flops around, but we're going to find out. It's got a little switch on the back.
And that's
but yeah,
the name of the game.
this is the cheapest as well. The other ones are a little bit pricey.
Oreo baby, I'm gonna have to keep
Now,
up
granted,
with that.
when compared to other Godzilla figures, I would say Super 7 is somewhat on the cheaper end, considering the size and stuff and everything. Because, you can get a Monster Arts Godzilla, and it's going to be smaller than this and more expensive.
But probably more posable.
Yeah, it's going to be more posable. I mean, Monster Arts figure.
Well, granted, maybe not this version.
I don't know if anybody else makes this one.
Yeah.
Other than the original one, which I would love. But I think to get one of those is like maybe $500 or something. So
One of these days.
this, that would be something super, super sweet to get. But first of all, I mean, it's something incredibly hard to even find.
With its pickle tail.
You weren't with me at that little con me and Shay
No.
did. Somebody did have one, but he was, I think, missing his hands and his foot was broken and stuff like that. But even that was really cool to see. So, something like that is so old and not really taken care of and stuff like that. So, and their tongues are usually missing as well. But one of these days, it would be something I would like to add to the collection.
And much like the Dragon Zord, he's got a good weight to him. Yeah, the tongue action's awesome. Here, let me give him a hand.
Oh, focus on him. Oh, that's fun.
And let's see.
You can go ahead and launch that thing. Why'd you aim so high?
I didn't think it would fire that high. I was like, no way this fires that
I don't
well.
know how it didn't fall behind my computer disk.
That's
no, but
called luck.
yeah, that's a pretty solid launch. And
it looks like he's threatening. I'm gonna give you the business.
oh, okay, no,
it turns.
Yes, hand turns. I thought I was about to say.
Look like it, Marco.
Huh?
It turned immediately back.
I turned it back.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, because I was gonna show it off. I was gonna say it's kind of weird for his hand to be like in that position, but no, it does turn. So he can do that.
He can fist bump you.
But yeah, he's a cutie. Again, not superposable. His tail does kind of turn. Even that is kind of hard to do. Like once you get to a point, it kind of stops. But
Pickles are notoriously hard to turn.
yeah.
But he's exactly what you'd expect.
Yeah, and again,
And even a little better in ways.
again, that's
I love that action immediately goes back.
yeah. That is another reason why he is a lot cheaper. You know, there's obviously less detail and stuff like that into this one, but that doesn't mean it's not perfect. This is exactly what I would want
Here, give me that trash bag.
out of a little guy like this.
He is a little guy, isn't he, Marco? That's a great way to describe him.
Well, he's not the big guy. You know, the big guy. Man, that'll be so cool. Eventually one day. Because he is probably like that taller, so.
It'd be fun to get if they recreated that, like, in its size.
Yeah. If they did
Who does
reproduction.
the Gentle Giants.
Gentle Giant? That's the
yeah.
company?
I wasn't even thinking when I said it.
Who does the hot toys?
Well, I could answer that. It's Sideshow.
No, they're a distribution company. It doesn't make them. That's like saying Diamond does Marvel Comics. They distribute Marvel Comics. Did you know that by becoming a channel member, you have a chance to win books like these at the end of each month? Check out the video on my homepage to learn more.
Burning Godzilla.
Again, another useless slipcover.
It looks cool. It's very nice and decorative.
But
I feel like you could put that effort into the box.
If you're up at a shop and you see this sitting on a shelf or that sitting on a shelf, what's going to like entice you more?
I'll give them this. At least it says the name on the back.
Yeah, but
it doesn't say the name on the back for all of them.
Do you know how many people just walk past things that are on a shelf, even that are displayed decently? Like, and they'll be looking for that thing. They'll later come up to us after we see them staring in that direction for 30 minutes. They'll walk up to us. I'm looking for a Godzilla, a burning Godzilla. It right there. You know, granted, and that's even with the slipcase cover off. So people need all the help they can get. They don't need they don't need things to be covered up. And I don't know. I don't like the way Super7 displays
their items.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Again, and that's the thing. We take the slipcovers off of our Godzillas up at the shop, but there's so many other Super7 things, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, different stuff. We can't take it, all the slipcovers off because that's just so much. You gotta store the slipcovers and all that. That's too much space. We don't have that much space. Godzilla's, it makes sense because it's one of our better selling things, but we can't do it with all of them.
Skizzers.
We got a lot of them. I'll work on this. You clear out. Oh my god!
Yeah, that's a thick tail.
Wow!
Waffle, you're allowing you better. Come on, over here, over here.
Look at that!
He ran away from me. Yeah. Waffles has abandoned me.
My goodness. I like the transition of plastics where it starts to turn into the clear plastic. That's really cool.
Waffles, come here. Come on. No? Alright.
I wish I could swap on this tail. Yeah, so instead of having an opening and closing mouth, it just has a different head, which to a degree I can kind of appreciate, because then I don't know, I think that the head sculpt will look better. I think it can be done. It's one of those things, you see it done a lot where it looks good, and it can open and close, and it looks good both ways. However, you know, just go ahead and saying, screw it, 2 different heads, like, it just definitely will look good. And it's super weird, because, again, we're not a big fan of a lot of the sculpts of Super 7. But on some of their things, like, on some of their bigger things, the monsters and stuff.
Oh, there went some smoke.
We really like them, so. The smoke is removable. He was really packed in there.
Yeah. Give me his tail.
Well, here, I'll go ahead and put them together while you get the rest of this. Well, you get all the hands out?
Oh, no.
Don't throw away his hand. Okay. I was a little worried. I was like, that seems like it might be kind of hard to get on there. There's a bit of a bigger gap than I would like. Hold on, let me see if it... If you set him down, it's not too bad. I don't know. It's just a bit bigger of a space than I would like, but... Or that I feel is necessary. Yeah? Oh, wait. Okay, no, I made some progress. Alright, there we go. Never mind. Retract criticism. Where were these?
I don't know. I think on his hips.
Yeah, but how? Maybe like that?
Yeah.
I do... It looks right, but also doesn't really want to stay.
And that explains why they fell off so easy. Here, let me see it.
Maybe I'm doing them on the wrong legs. No, that can't be. They can't go like that. What kind of hands does he have? I'll try to show these off real quick. If it will focus. So there's one hand. Kind of looks like it'd be a good hand if there was something for him to hold. I think that is the same kind of hand. But the other hand, yeah. And then he has fist hands, which is kind of fun. In case you want him to just punch something, you know? Come on. Come on. There you go. Camera hates focus, especially on smaller, darker things. Did you get it, or no?
No.
Also, do you want the roaring head?
Oh, he's got to be roaring.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's like it goes on for like a second and then doesn't.
It's like this is where it fits.
And you can't get it there.
Yeah, so far the smoke effects are a little strange for the legs.
Not great. Yeah, they just don't want to stay on.
Yeah. No, well, I'll kind of show it to the camera real quick.
Oh, it took one off his wrist.
No, that's fine. Well, I just meant like this is how it fits, and we double checked. Because I literally took a picture of it to...
In the box.
For a thumbnail of it in the box. And it goes on somehow like that, which that feels pretty good like that. But it doesn't have anything to hold on to it. Which is funny because I was thinking about that when it was in the box. I was like, huh. I wonder... I was like kind of curious to like see how they configured it to fit onto them. Oh. I kind of got it. I just did some wishful thinking. Where'd the other one go?
There.
I want to do some more wishful thinking.
His tail doesn't
I kind of did it, alright?
bend quite as well as I was hoping.
Okay, well...
That's enough wishful thinking.
If you put it on there and kind of just like...
Jam it on there?
Ride it up, yeah.
I'm curious if his back spikes glow in the dark.
I'm not sure. Did I delete my picture? No, okay. Okie dokie, but I mean, regardless, he is still pretty red. We gotta swap his head out. Take his head off.
No, I'm gonna take all the smoke effects off because they're gonna fall off.
So the smoke effects are cool, but now granted, you know, if they're sitting on his neck and stuff, it's not too bad. But yeah, the ones that are sitting on his leg really...
It's spiky.
Yeah, I know. That's what I had... I was worried with his tail. I was like, if that's something that's going to be hard to press on, and he's so spiky. But yeah, so his spine is pretty rad. His tail is massive. His tail is most of the figure.
I mean, that's a good Godzilla right there.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty freaking sick. I would say his tail's almost got too many parts to it. His tail's kind of popping out again. I don't know. Some weird little quirky things about him, but we got the last one, which is going to be the Mechagodzilla, one I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
Like I said, we will be having one more come in hopefully soon, will be the 91 Godzilla. And then the one that I really want the most, the -1, that one won't be coming in until it says probably like September.
They make another Burning Godzilla, the one where he's like dying. And they make Destroya, which is just awesome. I'm hoping that Super7 in the future makes a lot more Godzilla villains than Mecha has.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the drop-off rate on people interested in Godzilla villains over Godzillas is pretty drastic, I feel.
I just want, like...
Even Kong, you know, like...
Yeah.
But Godzilla's the best, you know? I do not know what these are. It has like two...
Those are grappling hook things. He shoots out of his wrists.
It's interesting they chose, they're like, yeah, we're gonna make these out of like metal rods. I'm trying my damnedest. There we go. Here's his backpack, which I'm a little concerned about how it's actually going to fit onto his back. This doesn't scream to me like something that will stay on super well, but we will find out. And the cannons do rotate.
I see where the joint is on his arm, but I'm scared of it.
So you need to pop that little back piece off to pop this one in there. And it's kind of a weird fitting piece, but it does seem to fit and hold on pretty well. This would be something I would be a little worried about taking on and off too many times. Might stretch out the plastic, and then it wouldn't hold very well. So I would suggest probably picking whichever one you want, the spine or the jetpack, and then sticking with that. So this one, he doesn't have a massive tail, but he does compensate with some other fun things. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly positive that is something to swap on his belly. Right there. Other than that, I have no idea where it would even attempt to go. So he does have a whole separate head if you want him in the flying position, which is pretty fun.
And jets.
And then he has a separate head with an open mouth. Focus. I think my camera focus was doing pretty good there for a minute. And then now it's... And I assume we want the open mouth in this one as well?
Yeah.
Ow.
Does he hurt?
He's got one big spike on top where kind of you want to put the pressure to put him on. Let's see. So he comes with the 2 additional heads. This thing, which I have no idea. I'm fairly positive it's a belly button. And then he comes with missile finger. Like, they're not shooting out, but they're like ready to shoot out. You know, he's aiming.
I don't know if he has missile fingers.
I'm pretty positive he does. My memory serves me right.
Might have to run him under hot water or something.
Yeah, that it's really not wanting to go on. Where does this go to?
Huh? His wrists.
Oh, his wrist. Okay. So you can shoot Godzilla in the face.
He shot him on the side, and I think did it explode or electrocute him? Oh, I don't remember.
Anyway, here's his other hands that are just kind of slightly curled. Oh, where's his jetpack? We'll throw that back on there. And yeah, Mechagodzilla, a classic baddie. How do you make a perfect enemy for Godzilla? What if
Make
he
him a
was
robot.
a robot?
Or a three-headed, no-armed dragon.
It was just kind of it's kind of a fun. I don't know. It's like, what if Godzilla but evil? You know.
We already have that too, Space Godzilla.
I know, but it's kind of like the same concept. I mean, but it's what if Godzilla but robot. But regardless, this is our.
Wow, he's tall.
What does this go? Oh, into the jetpack.
Yeah, into the...
Why is there four? Does he have a spot for 4 different
Yeah.
things?
It's not in his jetpack.
Oh, his butt.
Those are thighs, Marco.
His
Godzilla's
butt.
all about thighs.
He's farting his way into the sky.
Marco's uncultured. Doesn't know a thing about Godzilla. And these pegs aren't small enough for his feet, so I assume it's only his thighs. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we can't quite get his head on there, but yeah, they just pop out of there. But anyway, pretty rad. I would say of these, they're all cool in different ways. Again, this one, he is the cheapest one. If you have any nostalgia for the original Godzilla figure, this is definitely a cheaper route than going back and buying the other one, and a space-saving route at that. But even that, you know, obviously, like, we don't have any nostalgia for the old one, but I do have an appreciation.
We're not that old, and you can't prove it.
I have an appreciation for old neat
janky
toys. And you know, I think he's just a very fun design. And also, I don't know, Godzilla has come through many iterations and many different forms of jankiness in himself. And so I just think this is just a very interesting little form of Godzilla.
Oh my god, Oreo's bigger than Godzilla!
Like I said, Mechagodzilla, classic villain. To me, very like...
One of my favorite Godzilla villains. My favorite is always going to be King Ghidorah.
Well, it has the same vibe as when the Psycho Rangers showed up.
Yeah.
We're just like you in every way, but evil. And I don't know, I can imagine Mechagodzilla coming down, I'm just like you in every way, but a robot. You know, like, same energy there.
This is the Mechagodzilla that almost killed Godzilla.
Yeah. And then this one's super rad because his tail is huge. Also, like I said, big fan of the transitioning plastics into making it really feel like it's glowing. I do wish the smoke stayed on better. I like his head sculpt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got a great...
It's one of my
looking head
favorite
sculpt.
Godzilla designs, too.
Yeah. Because I don't really like the, like, Americanized Godzillas. They look more dinosaur dragon. I don't know. What's the word? What's the word? How do I want to say it? Yeah. It didn't feel right.
They didn't base his design off of, like, how Godzilla's based off, like, a Japanese dragon. He looks very much like that. He's got the cat features.
Yeah.
They based American Godzilla, I want to say part of it's, like, crocodile, and there's some other things in there, too. And it's like, I don't mind his design as much. He's definitely leagues better than the 98 one.
Listen, I'm just talking about, like, American Godzillas in general. The one
He's
that
only
they
had, like, 3.
the one that they currently have is better than the ones they've had in past. But even that, like, the current Godzilla has nothing on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's just no comparison. Yeah, I don't know. I just much prefer that type of stuff.
My only complaint, he doesn't have, like, a blast effect.
Yeah, a blast would be really cool. And I guess if you're going to go the whole route of putting additional heads in there, go ahead and just... I don't know. you could just have a head that is a blast effect, you know,
Yeah.
and that way you wouldn't worry about it falling out, because a lot of the times, like, you could add in a blast effect, but you know, if it's touching the ground, then it's got something to stabilize. But if it's just going out, then it doesn't have anything to hold on to it, and it'll just fall out. But yeah, if you just made one just built into the head, that would be pretty freaking sweet. But overall, pretty solid. I'm happy for him. I'm still very excited for the 91 Godzilla to show up, and even more excited for the -1 Godzilla to show up. But yeah, that's all I think we got for today. You know, lots of new videos coming out all the time, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. If you haven't watched, I put out a new game show called Comic Clash with Wahoo Comics, Paul in the 619, and Brian LCS, and that was a lot of fun. I really liked that video, so it'd mean the world to me if you gave it a watch. Some great guys that I think were really fun, had a great energy together, and yeah, sometimes, you know, that can be the best thing you can create. It's just a good vibe. But yeah, stay tuned for more Godzillas in the hopefully near future, and also a bit out into the future. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Ha ha ha!